A railroad crossing in a local community turns a roadway into a runway.
David Winter joining us live tonight from Ridge Road, where cars are taking flight. Right, David?
That's right, Kyle. I am on Ridge, just south of Maple Leaf, and this is actually a hill. Now, this is a 30-mile-per-hour zone, but because it's a hill, people get going pretty good. And since they redid these rails over the summer, it's turning these drivers into unintentional daredevils.
Why bother going to Kings Island when you have Ridge Road?
And you watch people and they just fly. I mean, literally airborne.
Nancy Bingham has been driving down Ridge Road for 34 years, but until recently, it was not quite such an adventure. The area we're talking about is Ridge Road just north of I-71. The dotted lines represent the Indiana and Ohio railway tracks. Neighbors say in August the railway began working on the tracks. When they were done, the fun began.
Cars were basically ramping off the tracks.
Dane Donovan from Donovan's Auto and Tire Center works right next to the tracks. He says after several complaints, someone came to work on the crossing. He says it helped, but he took this video after the fix. You can see the tow truck nearly losing its load.
Cars leaving the ground, people losing lawnmowers. We've had people break struts, blow out tires. I had a gentleman coming up ridge that lost an entire load of lumber right in the middle of the ridge.
We observed for about an hour. Check out this SUV. Its rear tires go completely airborne. A few minutes later, the same thing happens to this pickup. There's a bump sign heading up the hill, but heading down the hill, the sign is turned around the wrong way. We attempted to contact the Indiana and Ohio Railway today, 6 different executives. The only callback was from customer service, who said he would take a note of the issue. We thought we'd give it a go, taking it up to the 30-mile-per-hour speed limit in our news van.
That was quite a bump.
Well, the other thing people are concerned about here, rear enders, because if you do drive here a lot, you know to slow down as you're approaching these tracks, but you don't know whether the people behind you know. Needless to say, if you are driving in this area, make sure to drive slowly, otherwise you might be an unintentional daredevil as well. Back to you in the studio.
All right, David, thank you. We also reached out to the city for comment tonight. A spokesperson says the Indiana and Ohio Railway is responsible for the pavement at crossings. The city received numerous complaints after the track work. The city recommended modifications. After the modifications, the number of complaints have gone down, and the city does not intend to recommend any further modifications.